Hello and welcome back to another PARALIVES Dev Weekly Chat video where I share what devs have answered to the questions what the community has questioned about them. So let's just hop right into the topic because this is exciting and inspiring once again. So the first question is, with purchasing objects from the shop, will the stores have occasional discounts or will the prices in any way vary from the build buy mode catalog? Apologies if this has been mentioned before, I can't remember. So basically if you want to buy something in PARALIVES you really need to go to a shop. Of course there is build and buy mode, but there is actually shops where you can visit and buy furniture. And the devs answer, stores will have items on discount that will change periodically, so you may be able to find the items from the catalog at a cheaper price, which is actually so cool. Because if you want to cook something, you really need to go and shop and go to the store and buy those groceries, and that way they make the game a little bit realistic. A couple of dev chats ago, when someone asked could paras drink while eating, the answer was there are currently no drinks in the game. I'm a bit confused by this. Does that mean that's something waiting to be implemented, or we won't have drinks on early access? If not, what would be the motive to visit a place like the cafe? And they are answering, I mostly meant that right now, when you go and eat something, your parafolk won't also pull out a glass of water or juice out of nowhere and alternate between taking a sip and going to town on that slice of pizza. If you make a smoothie, of course they will drink it, but for other beverage, it will go after the early access release. As for the cafe, you can have pastries and the like there, of course. Thank you for the question. And that is actually that I haven't think about earlier, that are paras drinking any waters, and if you go to a cafe, are they gonna have some kind of like nice special drink in there? But it's good that they kinda answer that it's gonna be in a further updates with that. Then let's go to a live mode, and the first question is, will parateens have squeaky voices? Great question. For early access, teen paras will have the same voice as adults, and children preteens will have their own voice. I really want to add all these variations in the future though as we update the game. Well, I also haven't thought about the voices and acting, like what's gonna be in there. I kinda hope that they're gonna have like emotional voice acting, or that the paras are reacting to another paras with the emotion and not just like that there's gonna be just few lines that they're gonna just loop while they are interacting with other paras. But let's see, this is actually really interesting topic, and I wish they could like somehow open this up a little bit more, like how the para language is going to work in the game. Will family members and friends be able to come over to paras houses and cook or use objects that fill needs, or will they immediately be kicked out? They will not autonomously cook or use objects that fill needs, except for toilets, but they won't be kicked out either. And well, they said that there is only a few group interactions, but I hope that when paras come over in your house, that eventually you can have like group things that you can do after the early access, and I think it's gonna be in there, but I hope that it's coming soon, because that is something that I really enjoy in my life simulation games, that I can actually make my people do together something in the game. If one of our paras children gets taken away by social services, will they be placed into adoption pool or simply lost forever from the game? And that is actually really good question, because I didn't know that you could actually have children taken away from your home, and that is so cool because the storytelling. And they are answering, right now we have no adoption system, so they are just flagged to be gone. They are technically still present in your save file, they are not deleted, but for all intents and purposes they are just gone. There's a cheat that currently can be used to bring them back, so if you know what you're doing, you can do that. And well, actually interesting. There's been a lot with this week's weekly chats that I haven't thought about that what's in the game, and these weekly chats are actually really good way to tell us what is already in the game and what's gonna be in the future, because like all of the questions to this point has been something that I have really not thought about. But it's interesting to see, is the adoption or are like the taken children gonna be at the adoption pool at some point, or what's gonna happen with this system? Do paras have a cell phone by default, or would we need to buy it for them? The cell phone is currently a kind of crutch for the other gameplay mechanic, so it's pretty important that all para folks have them when they start the game. If you don't have a computer, for instance, finding a job is done via the phone. We will need to rethink quite a few things to make it optional. While not impossible, I don't see that happening before early access, and that is something that I think it's good that they are already having cell phones like in default, because it's just a little detail that really makes your gameplay a little bit easier at the start, so you don't need to actually just every time when you start new save or new family that you need to go to a phone shopping into the town. Will paras be able to claim or be assigned objects such as pets, so they can autonomously choose to sleep in their own bed rather than any random bed in the house? That's not a mechanic we currently have, it's on the list, and I'm a little bit scared about this, like how if the paras energy need is in a low stage, are they like basically where they're gonna go to sleep, or are they just coded that they're just going to a nearest bed where they want to go, and how this actually works if there is not like option that you can assign them the exact bed where what they're gonna use in the game. But let's keep fingers crossed and see how that's gonna work. And then the last question, will there be any other features to aging than getting wrinkles and gray hair? Elderly people tend to get a tiny bit shorter, which I think they've said it's too small a difference to be worth it, but they also tend to get a larger ears and noses as the cartilage keeps growing. By old age, it can make quite a large difference to the face. Also, a lot of elderly people get more frail, lose weight, and have decreased appetite. And there is actually really big and long answer to this. Yes, there is a few automatic modifications for some life stages, like for kids, bigger head, eyes, smaller nose, thinner, smaller mouth, softer jaw, and others. For elders, like you said, weight loss, but it's mainly to ends, arm, legs, and older people to tend to store fat in the trunk, from what I have searched. I can't remember exactly what other changes I added, but like you said, bigger ears or nose. For height, we didn't make them shorter, but their posture is more arched to appear shorter, droopy eyes and thinner lips. And this is really cool feature. I'm so excited about this feature that actually the paras body is changing. As a dancer, it's really important to see how the body is changing over time and over different life situations, and I really am excited about this feature. But yeah, here is everything from today's or this week's weekly chat with the devs. There were plenty more questions, but you can see them all from their Patreon or from their Discord. These were something that I was the most excited about. But let me know down in the comments what are you excited about the PARALIVES, and leave a like and subscribe, and I see you in the next video, whatever it's gonna be. Bye!